All right, guys, today, as you can see, we are going to embark on order of operations. Today's pages are 487 to 492. 492. Make sure you put a staple in it and you put your name in it to turn it all in. All right. So, the essential question is basically how are patterns used to solve problems? That was what we had yesterday as well. And that's the question that we're going to be answering the entire chapter in how are patterns used to solve problems. And today is called order of operations because there's a certain method, certain order that you do certain problems in, and you have to do them in this order. So universally, they're all correct. Okay, if we decide in France that these numbers are supposed to be added before they're multiplied, we're going to get different numbers everywhere. So we have to mathematically have a system set up for that. Sorry. So the table here shows the number of calories burned in 1 minute for two different activities. All right. Nathan swims for 4 minutes and then he runs for 8 minutes. How many calories? I don't know why that's capitalized really, but how many calories has Nathan burned in all? Okay, in all. So again, the question is, he swims for 4 minutes and then he runs for 8 minutes. And this is how many calories per minute. So see, we have multiple problems here. And this is where it's probably going to be the toughest thing for you to decide what numbers to multiply or what, to add or subtract or whatever we got to do here. So it says per minute. Okay, per minute right there. Well, he swims for 4. So we have 4. And he runs for 8 minutes. So this is how many you burn for that amount of time. So we're going to have to multiply each of these together so that we come up with basically the amount for 4 minutes. So again, it's 12 calories per minute. Well, there's 4, so we're going to multiply that to get 48. And this we're going to multiply to get 80. Okay? Now that's how we would solve that problem if we weren't using the order of operations. But looking at the order of operations here, we basically have what I just did here. I said 12 times 4. Look, 4 times 12 or 12 times 4. Again, doesn't matter which order you put it in. And then we have, here's that one. And then we have 8 times 10, or 10 times 8, right there. Well, if we're going to do in all, that means we're going to add them. Okay, in all, we add them. And, normally we would have done this. We would have said 8, 12, 128. Well, if we're doing it this order of operations way, we're going to first write the expression, which we did right there. We multiply the 12 by the 4, which gives us 48. And then the way they have it written here, because then they do the second level, which is 80. And then we do this when we get 128. So you get 128 calories. Now, a lot of us are going to most likely do it like this. We're going to say, well, this is 48 and this is 80. And then we're going to add that. We're going to do it like that probably. We're not going to write all these numbers out in this nice little long problem. And once you get good at it, you're probably not going to have to do that. Okay. So the order of operations down here, again, is a set of rules to follow when more than one operation is used. And again, if we have adding, subtracting, dividing, if we have those are our operations. And when there's more than one, we have to do a certain order of operations. And that's where that thing yesterday I talked about. And it's kind of right here. It's written out here right for you. And I'm going to have it on the board as well. But usually the kids don't have a hard time remembering it because I call it Pemdas. So perform operations in parentheses. So anything you see in parentheses, you're going to do that first. Okay, you're going to do that first. And that would be the P, parentheses. Okay. The second thing that you're going to do is find the value of exponents. So that's going to be things like, let's say you have 10 to the power of 3. Anything that has an exponent on it right there, that is what you're going to do that second. So if you have parentheses, you're going to do that first, then you do these. So that's going to be exponents, PE. Third thing that you do is you multiply and divide in order from left to right. So if you have a problem and you've done, let's get rid of that. So if you've done the parentheses, you have done the exponents, then you're going to multiply and divide from order. So that is what we call PEM. And then I put the D underneath it because it says you multiply and divide in order from left to right. All right. And then we have add and subtract in order left to right. So add and subtract. PEMDAS. PEMDAS. If you write it like this, the way that it's meant to be, you have parentheses, then you do exponents, then you do multiplication in order from left to right, because we're going left to right, right? We're going from left to right. And then we add and subtract from left to right. And you're going to see a couple problems here that's going to show you kind of how that works out. A lot of talk about it here. A lot of talky, a lot, not a whole lot of worky. So, as it says, parentheses include brackets. So if you see anything in brackets or braces or parentheses, that's what those are, okay? So you're going to perform these, the operations inside the parentheses first, and then you perform the operations inside the brackets, and finally you perform the operations inside the braces. And you can kind of see how we have it right here. We have the braces right here, and then we have the brackets here, then we have the parentheses. So like to say, we still do what's in the parentheses first, and then we do what's in that part, and then we keep branching out till we get there. So the problem we have here, look right here, we have 20 minus, and they give us a big problem here. So you have this weird looking number, 20 minus the brace of 4 plus, the brackets of 4 plus, the parentheses of 10 divided by 2, parentheses, bracket, braces. Whew, that's a lot to say, right? So in this one, we're going to write down 20 because we're not doing anything with that yet. Okay. We're going to write down. Sorry, my mail came. We're going to write down we got 4 plus. We're going to write down this also because we're not doing anything with that yet. Okay. And we're going to just basically, we're writing the expressions, what they told us to do. We just rewrote the expression. And guys, I can't help but state this enough. You need to write out the problems. You have to. You have to write out the problems, guys. A lot of you guys you get lazy and you don't want to rewrite the problem. And I saw this on the test the other day with division of decimals. And you didn't want to write every step out. You have to, guys. It's essential that you write out the steps to get the problems correct. Okay, it's essential. So we're going to divide 10 by 2. So we're doing what's in the parentheses right here first. Okay, so that gives us the answer of 5. Okay, now we are going to do, as it says right here, we're going to add. So we're going to add these two together because we're going to do what's in the brackets now. Because remember, we said we do parentheses, then we do brackets, and then we finally do the braces. So 4 plus 5 is 9. And now we have our braces. We're going to do the braces here. So 4 plus 9 is 13. So as you can see, we've done all these. And we get down to just a simple 20 minus 13, which hopefully you can see is 7. Okay, 7. What makes the big difference in the world is if we had done this problem and we did it like this, 20 minus 4 is 16, plus 4 is 20, plus 10 is 30, 30 divided by 2 equals 15. Well, that's not anywhere close. So you see that there's a certain order you have to do it in to get 7. Because you can see if we did it just straight up like you would want to do it, you're going to get 15. And that is not correct. Okay? Now, we have one here that has brackets, braces, parentheses, and exponents. Check out the exponent right there. All right. So again, I would write over here PEMDAS. PEMDAS. And I'm sure there's some good acronym that you say, like, I don't know. I don't make up those very good to help you remember them. I say PEMDAS. PEMDAS. It looks like pandas, but PEMDAS. So we're going to evaluate. And again, we're going to write the expression. We're going to rewrite it 28. We're going to put in the missing stuff here, 8. Okay. So if we're following the PEMDAS, the parentheses. So we go to the parentheses here. The whole thing right here is basically a brace, right? So we go to the actual parentheses right here. Okay. Now, to find the parentheses, we have to do the exponent, though, inside of it. Because I can't just say 2 times 4. So this is kind of where we have to go ahead and, because we're doing what's in the parentheses, yes, but we're going to go to the exponent first. So 4 to the power of 2, remember that's like saying 4, there's 2 of them, 4 times 4, which gives us 16. Okay? Now you do what's in parentheses. Okay? So now you say, well, you rewrite the 28. 22 times 16 is 32. Okay? Now you're going to divide, because we're still within a bracket here, right? So we're going to do brackets because we're not getting to the braces yet. So then you say, well, what's 32 divided by 8? Well, that gives you a 4. And now we have the last part right here, the braces, 28 plus 4, which is 32. Again, if I just did this straight up, just looking at it, I'd say, well, 28 plus 2 is 30. And then 30 times 4 is 120. I don't know what that 2 is. And then divide that by 8. Okay, we're going to be way off from 32. Okay, it's not even going to be close. So that's why, again, you got to follow the PEMDAS, guys. Follow the PEMDAS. Down here at the bottom, and I see this all the time on Facebook, people say, give me the right answer. I'll tell you if it's right or not, all right? And Mrs. Rob did it one day, and someone said it was wrong. And I'm like, there's no way that's wrong. And it ended up being that we were right, but she never said we were wrong. But explain why it is important to follow the order of operations when evaluating 15 plus 3 times 4. Well, if we follow the order of operations, PEMDAS, takes me a couple seconds to write it. I would say, are there any parentheses? No, there's no parentheses. Are there any exponents? No. Are there any multiplication? Oh, there is right there, right? So I do that first. So what's 3 times 4? That's 12. Is there any division now? No. Is there adding? Oh, yeah, 15 plus 12, 27. So following the order of operations gives me the answer of 27. If I didn't follow the order of operations, again, I would get, well, 15 plus 3 is 18. 18 times 4 is going to be 2. That's 72. Ooh, that's way off, right? It's just a reverse of that number, but it's way off, right? So that is not correct, but you have to follow the order of operations. All right. We have lots of practice problems here that we're going to go over. Make sure that you're writing this down. I'm going to be looking at this. I'm going to be looking at, are you writing this stuff down? Okay. So I'm going to write, first of all, PEMDAS right here. Okay, PEMDAS. I expect to see PEMDAS here, and I'm even going to write it right here because we're going to have to move the page on my screen. You don't have to, but I am, because we're going to have to see that. So, parentheses. Do I have parentheses here? Yeah, 92 minus 18. So I'm going to write 5 times, and I'm going to do the answer, and I'm going to put the answer to 92 minus 18 there. So I'm going to come over here and say, well, that's 92 minus 18. I got to do a little work here. That's 12. It's going to be 474. So I'm going to have the answer 74 there. Okay. Well, I still don't have an answer. Now I got to do 74 because, look, I did my parentheses. Do I have any exponents? No. Multiplication, I got that. So 74 times 5, and this is 20, and this is 35, 37. So my answer is going to be 370 by using PEMDAS. Next one, I look for parentheses. Do I have any? You bet. I got to do what's inside the parentheses now, right? Which happens to be an exponent. So I'm going to write 12 plus, now we're going to write, what is 4 to the power of 2? Remember, that's like saying 4 times 4, because there's 2 of the 4s. And that's going to be 16. And then I write minus 11. I do one thing at a time. Do I have any multiplication now? Because I did the exponents and parentheses. No. Do I have any division? No. Adding? Yeah. Add and subtract left to right. So I do this adding right here. What's 12 plus 16? That's 28. And then we say minus 11. And now I have subtraction. What's 28 minus 11? Yeah, you get 17 is our answer. 17 using PEMDAS. All right, next one. We have all kinds of parentheses and brackets and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to look at PEMDAS right there, and we're going to look at this problem right here. And we're going to say, well, are there parentheses? Yeah, there's all kinds of. And now look, in this portion right here, it doesn't matter if you do. You just got to do both parentheses first. So let's go ahead and say we're going to do the answers right here. 15 minus 5 is 10 times. We got to put the times in there. All right, so what is 9 times 3? And we're going to leave this bracket because 9 times 3 is 27. And then we got to put plus 3. Okay, we did a couple, we still did one step, but we wrote out what we had to do. We didn't do anything with the 3. We just put it down here. The only thing that we did was this problem and that problem. Okay, now we have parentheses, right? We got to do the brackets now. What's 27 plus 3? Yeah, that's 30. So now we have 30 times 10. Well, that's easy. Now we do multiplication because look, we did exponents, we did parentheses. So we did parentheses. There were no exponents. Now we multiply. Okay. So what's 3 plus times 1 is 3, and then there's 1 0, 2 zeros. 300 is our answer. 300 is our answer using PEMDAS. Okay, this one. 58 minus 6 times 7. Are there any parentheses? No. Are there any exponents? No. Are there any multiplication? Yes. We do this problem first. What's 6 times 7? That is 42. We write down the rest of the problem. Do we have any division? No. Do we have any adding? No. Do we have subtraction? Yes, we do that. So our answer is going to be, and if you got to do a little bit of problems over here, goodness gracious, why not try to get it right? 8 minus 2 is 6. 5 minus 4 is 1. Our answer is going to be 16 using, say it out loud with me, PEMDAS, right? PEMDAS. We need to tattoo that on your inside of your eyelid so when you're asleep, you can see PEMDAS and you'll never forget it. All right, so they're getting tougher. I didn't say they're going to get easier, all right? Even though that one there was easy, they're going to get tougher. So using PEMDAS, parentheses, are there any? Yeah, there's a whole bunch here, right? So let's do the exponents within them first. So let's do this one and this one first. So we're going to write 55 minus, and we got to write the bracket because we're not going to be done with this yet. And we got to write the parentheses because we won't be done with this one yet either. So 5 to the power of 2 is like saying 5 times 5, right? Well, that's 25. Then we got to write times 3 minus, what's 5 to the power of 2 again? Oh, yeah, it's like saying 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay, we wrote out the problem. We just did the parentheses and the exponents, but we can't move on yet because we still have parentheses. So do we have any more parentheses? Yes, we have that one. So we're going to say 55 minus, what's 25 times 3? If you have 3 quarters in your hand, 3 coins of quarters, you're going to have 75 cents, right, or 75. So we're going to write this bracket here is 75 minus, we didn't do anything with this, 25. Okay, PEMDAS. We cleared out those parentheses, but we're still not done. We still got this parentheses, right? It's still there. So we got to do this. We haven't even moved past this PE yet. So what's 75 minus 25? So we write 55 minus, so what's 75 minus 25? Hopefully you know that's 50. And then look, do we have any division? No. Do we have any multiplying? I should say no. Do we have any division? No. Any adding? No. Subtraction? Yeah, right there. 55 minus 50 is 5. Using, say it out loud so Mr. Young or myself can hear you in the back of the room, PEMDAS. All right, so I need to do some kind of a commercial for PEMDAS, right? That gave me an idea. All right, so now let's do PEMDAS for this one. Do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any exponents? No. Do we have multiplication? Yes. So we're going to do this multiplication problem right here. And we're going to do this one right here. We got to do both of those. So what's 7 times 10 is 70. What is 3 times 30? 90. Well, we done all that, right? So we got that. We got that. Look, all we got left is that plus. We throw the plus in there. Do we have any division? No. Do we have addition? Yes. So 9 plus 7 is 16. So it's 160. We're not multiplying. So we have 160 using, say it out loud for me, PEMDAS. All right. Got wore out on that one. I'm not entirely sure it was on that page, but using PEMDAS is what we did. All right, so let's keep going here. We're going to write PEMDAS right here so we can see it on the screen. PEMDAS. PEMDAS. All right, parentheses. Yes, we have a bunch of parentheses right here, right? We have parentheses. Which ones do we do? Well, we do the actual parentheses in there first. So we're going to write 2 to the power of 2 plus the bracket right there, the brace, the bracket 1 times, we're just doing that problem right there. 5 minus 2 is 3. All right, so we put this bracket back times 3, and then the brace. It's kind of weird how I drew that. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a 1 right here. There's a 1 there. Okay. We still have parentheses, right? We still have that. We can't move on yet. So we're going to do, as we said, we do brackets next. So we do 2 to the power of 2 plus. I'm going to draw this really crazy brace right there. I'm not great at those. 1 times 3, we got to do that one. So that's going to be 3 times 3. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. That's a little bit better, right? We still have parentheses. We cannot move on yet. What's 3 times 3? It's 9. Let's go ahead and we got 2 to the power of 2. So now we have, as our answer right now, 2 squared plus 9. Okay. Do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have exponents? Yes. What's 2 to the power of 4? Remember, that's just saying 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 plus 9. Do I have any multiplication? No. Do I have any division? No. Do I have any adding? Yes. What's 4 plus 9? 13 equals 13. And we did that using, I better hear you this time, say it, PEMDAS. Yes. All right. Now, this one. Again, parentheses. Got a whole line of them right here. So we're going to do the actual parentheses in here first, which is that one right there. So we're going to draw this really crummy one right there. 2 times the bracket 4 minus, so what is 6 divided by 2? That gives us 3. And we're going to write this bracket there, and then we're going to draw this guy here. Notice we only did that one thing, which is 6 divided by 2 equals 3. That's it. That's all we did. So we do one thing at a time. Now, do we have parentheses still? Yeah, we got to do parentheses still to get rid of this, but we got to do the brackets first. So we do another brace, 2 times, what's 4 minus 3? Yes, 1. And then we have to draw that crummy brace also times 3. We still have, remember, braces, brackets, and parentheses all count the same thing. So we do 2 times 1 is 2 times 3. Do we have any exponents? Nope. Do we have multiplication? Yes. 2 times 3 is 6. So we get 6 as our answer. Say it with me one more time. PEMDAS. All right. Now, down here, find the unknown. So we got to use, what do you think we're going to use for this? Oh, I don't know. Maybe PEMDAS. Perhaps. We need to get t-shirts made that says PEMDAS on it. All right, only the math nerds would know that. All right, so we're going to do parentheses. Are there any parentheses? No. Are there exponents? Yeah. Remember, 3 to the power of 3 is saying 3 times 3 times 3. What is 3 times 3 times 3? Well, I know 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 3 is 27, plus 3 times 5. So using PEMDAS, we've done the exponents. Now we do the multiplication problem. So we're going to come down here and say 27 plus, what's 3 times 5? That's 15. And then we do PEMDAS. We don't have any parentheses. We have no exponents. We have no multiplication. We don't have any division. We have addition. So what's 27 plus 15? Well, if I did it over here and said 27 plus 15, I'm going to get 7 plus 5 is 12, and that's going to be 42. So 42 is my unknown. And guess, you know how I found that? You know? Yeah. Yeah. Say it out loud for me. Asher Thompson, say it out loud. How did I find that one? With PEMDAS. All right. The last one on this page. I know I said say it one more time, but I made him say it. So I didn't say it. I mean, I did. But all right. So this one right here. Parentheses. Oh, we got a whole bunch of them here, right? So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's do the exponent first inside of this. They don't give us a whole lot of room here to work. So we're going to work over this and put our answer down towards the bottom. This is going to be 3 to the power 2 is like saying 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay. So I'll put my bracket there, 30 bracket minus 12. Okay. We still have parentheses. So we have a parenthesis. We had to do what's 9 times 4, which is going to be 36 minus 30. We have our bracket. We have our bracket minus 12. Bracket still counts as a parentheses, right? So what's 36 minus 30 equals 6. So 12 minus 6. And then I just go through this last bit just so I can go through the process. But then I say, well, no parentheses, no exponents, no multiplication, no division, no adding, and I'm subtracting. So 12 minus 6 is 6. And the answer is 6. And I found that using my good old noggin. No, not really. I found it using PEMDAS. All right, next, moving on. Let's move to the back side. We have a few problems here, and then I'm going to let you set you free on your homework, which gives you a few practice problems to do on that page. All right. 3 students are on the same team for a relay race. They finished the race in 54 3/10 of a second. The runners' times are shown here. Evaluate this right here to find the time of the third runner. Record your answer. So we're going to come over here and we're going to rewrite the problem because we're not lazy, are we? We're 54 3/10 minus the parentheses, the paired group of 18 8/10 plus 17.7 or 7/10. We write that. How am I going to figure this out? I forgot. What is it? Wait, do we add, subtract? Oh, yeah. I use PEMDAS, right? I'm going to use PEMDAS. My cat jumped on that one. PEMDAS for this one. Do we have any parentheses? Yeah, right there, right? So we're going to do that first. We're going to say 18.8 plus 17.7. Boom. 8 plus 7 is 15. Well, again, that's 15. 16. Boom. 3, 6. Right there. 36.5 goes right here. 36.5 goes right there. Minus 54.3. Do we have any exponents? Nope. Multiplication? Nope. Division? Nope. Adding? And subtracting? Yes, we do. We have 54.3 minus 36.5. I've had caffeine and I'm hyper. All right, so we have, cross that out. Boom. 13 minus 5 is 8. Can't do this, right? If you try to do this, then let me hit you in the head with a tack hammer. All right. We got to borrow from this. Makes this a 4. Makes this a 13. Makes this a 7. Makes this a 1. We drop our our decimal down right there. So our answer is going to be 17.8. And that's what we're supposed to find. So that's really tough. And you know how I found that? Yeah. Well, I have a book over here. I have the answers, but I also use PEMDAS. All right. So you can find the temperature in degrees Celsius by using this expression. I had to use this in, oh my gosh, chemistry or physics or something like that in high school. So this is, so to find the temperature in degrees Celsius, we're going to plug in our Fahrenheit right here, okay? And then it's weird. Celsius is that metric stuff that we don't use, but whatever. So if the temperature of a cup of hot chocolate is 104 degrees Fahrenheit, what's the temperature of this in degrees Celsius? Okay, so we're going to write out this problem 5 times the group, and then we say 104, because that's the Fahrenheit, 104, all right, minus 32 divided by 9. Okay, that's just plugging and chugging into there right there, okay? So using that phrase that, again, I haven't really used it a whole lot during this lesson, but using this thing called PEMDAS, I don't know if I've mentioned that one or not. We're going to do parentheses first, right here. So we're going to do 104 minus 32, which gives us 2. And then we have to borrow, which makes us 0. We could have just said 10 minus 3, guys, equals 7. So 72 for that one. So 72 goes there. So we have 5 times 72 divided by 9. Oh, no. What do we do now? What do we do now? Well, if we follow PEMDAS, okay, PEMDAS states that we have to go from left to right. So we have to keep the rules the same. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to say, well, 5 times 72, well, 72 times 5 equals 10. That's 360. So 360 divided by 9. Now that makes it easy. Look at that. 9 goes into 36 4 times. And how many zeros are there? 1. So our answer is 40 degrees Celsius. 40 degrees Celsius. Again, we don't use Celsius, but they're trying to make us do it, but we're not going to do it. Ryan and Maggie split the cost of a $12 pizza. Ryan could just bought it. Cheapo. They also have a coupon for $2 off. Evaluate to find the cost that each person will pay. Well, that's nice that he lets her have the $2 off also, that he didn't try to use it all on his own. That's pretty nice of him. So we're going to evaluate this expression right here using PEMDAS. Do we have parentheses? Yeah, we do that first. So what's 12 minus 2? We get 10. And then we have 10 divided by 2. What's 10 divided by? Well, first, do we have any exponents? No. Multiplication, no. Divide, yeah. What's 10 divided by 2? 5. Each person is going to pay $5. Now, if he was really mean, he could have said, hey, you're paying 6, I'm paying 4, right? Because he said, it's my coupon. But he didn't do it. He's a nice guy. I feel like this Ryan guy's a pretty nice guy. He wanted to save his friend $1 too. I don't know. He could be a jerk. We don't know. All right, so let's skip these hot problems since we've already spent 31 minutes talking about PEMDAS the whole time. All right, so go ahead and do the homework part, right? Remember, use PEMDAS. Write this on your page right here. PEMDAS right there to help you out. They give you one problem, which is kind of stupid. And then, again, you're going to have to really think about it, guys. In these problems, you got to really think about it. In what order you go, use that guy right here. PEMDAS. Use that. Yeah, we haven't talked about it. But here's what I want. When you guys are done with your homework, I want you guys to come up with maybe a little bit about PEMDAS. A little song. Think about it. I'll give you some extra credit on your math if you guys come up with a little song, a jingle in relation to PEMDAS. You know, like stupid little commercials you have on TV. You know, it's like, I don't know, like, you know, it's what's that? Goldfishes because they're so delicious, or you know, it's a snack that smiles back. You know, whatever. Think of something for PEMDAS that we can come up with, because I like to really record a commercial for PEMDAS. Let's try that. That was my cat sneezing. Bless you, cat. Guys, good luck. Do your homework. Turn it in when you guys are finished. I hope you have as much fun doing this as I had fun teaching it to you. Again, those are your page numbers 487 and 492. Bless you.